Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Turn me up a little. Whoa. Hey. Yeah. Walking, I am calm, but the message loud. No circus talk, I do not play for crowd. I do not chase clicks, I chase clarity. Truth with the rhythm that is therapy. If it feel heavy, that is how it lands. Real life questions in the palm of your hand. We talk love, we talk pain, we talk pride, we talk what folks hide when they outside. This that head nod, mind open, say it straight, no fine print. If it hit you, do not rush, let it sit, let it sink in. Chew on that. Real talk, real issue, where the truth stay at. No smoke, no mirrors, just the facts. If it spark that thought, bring it back. You need to digest this. Chew on that. You need to digest it. Chew on that. Everybody gotta take, I gotta land. I ask one question, then I ask again. What you believe and why you believe it? Who fed it to you? Did you ever read it? We do not do beef, we do not do hate, we do not do fake peace just to feel safe. We dig in deep, then we pull it up. Turn hard conversations into grown love. Breathe. Let it play. If it cut you, it can heal the same. If you're ready for the work, let me see you stand. If you're ready for the truth, put your heart in your hands. Oh, chew on that. Real talk, real issue, where the truth stay at. No smoke, no mirrors, just the facts. If it spark that thought, bring it back. You need to digest this. Chew on that. Yeah, you need to digest it. Chew on that. This is Choo On That. Real talk, real issues. You need to digest this.
Let me ask you something before we get into the conversation. How many hours do you put in this week? No, really think about it. Think about it. How many hours did you spend working, posting, planning, moving, answering messages, running errands, building the brand, helping everybody else, trying to keep your life together, trying to keep the dream alive? Now, let me ask you a question that most people avoid. What did those hours actually build? Not what did they feel like, not how tired are you, not how many people saw you moving, not how many times someone told you that you're doing an amazing job, that you told somebody that you're on the grind. What did it build? Because I'm starting to realize something. A lot of people are not grinding. They are just exhausted with a schedule. Yep, I said it. A lot of people are not building. They are just busy with a brand. A lot of people are not disciplined. They are just anxious with an addiction and an ambition. And some of us have taken chaos and put a work ethic on it, gave it a motivational caption. Then some of us even started calling it the grind, right? But tonight, we're going to tell the truth, because everything that makes you tired is not making you better. Everything that keeps you busy is not making you productive. And everything that looks like hustle is not wisdom. Everything you call a grind might not be purpose. It might just be confusion moving fast. Tonight on Choo On That, we're going to talk about it. Stop calling it a grind. It might just be chaos with work ethic. Let that sink in for a moment. You already know what time it is. The Choo On That show, where we just don't talk about it. We think about it. We challenge, we build, we question the culture, we question ourselves, and we do not run from the conversations that make people uncomfortable. I'm your host, Randy, aka Mr. Choo. Tonight, we're dealing with one of the biggest traps in the modern culture: the grind trap, the hustle trap, the I'm busy, so I must be important trap. I'm tired, I must be productive trap. I don't sleep because I want it that bad trap. And before we go deep, you already know how we start the segment with books and business. If you have a book, if you have a business, and if you're building something real, if you're an author, entrepreneur, coach, consultant, creator, nonprofit leader, clothing brand owner, podcast host, event planner, and so on, and you want Choo On That audience to show you some love, holla at your boy. I got you. You know I do. I got you. Because we believe visibility should not be gatekept. Everybody doesn't have a marketing team, don't have a big budget, don't have access to certain rooms to get promoted. So I want to use the platform to give you real space to be seen. But let me say this tonight, because it connects to this episode, right? Having a business is not the same as building a business. Having a logo is not the same as having a system. Having a dream is not the same as having direction. And having motion is not the same as having momentum. And this is why we're here. And this is why we're going to be talking about stop calling it a grind tonight. Because a lot of people are working hard, but the work is not organized. A lot of people are moving fast, but they're not moving forward. A lot of people are exhausted, but they're not elevated. So tonight, we're going to separate the grind from the chaos, right? So let me set the table. The word grind has become one of the most overused words in our culture. Everybody is grinding. Everybody's hustling, is working on something, building a brand, getting to the bag in their season, in their era, or they're locked in, making moves. But here's the problem. If everybody is grinding, why are so many people still stuck? If everybody is hustling, why are so many people still broke? If everybody is building, why do so many people have nothing solid to show for the years they put in? And if everyone is locked in, why is there so much distraction? See, the word grind originally came from survival. It came from people who had to work because they did not have any other options. It came from people who had to get up every single day and make something happen because nobody was coming to save them. That kind of grind was real. That kind of grind had urgency. That kind of grind was connected to necessity. You grind, you eat, you stop, you struggle. But somewhere along the line, the grind got hijacked. It got turned into an aesthetic. It became content. It became a personality. It became a way to look important without necessarily producing anything meaningful at all. Now people just, I don't know, want to be successful. They want to be also seen as being successful without actually being successful. In other words, they want to be seen as busy. They want the picture with the laptop out. They want the late night studio pictures. They want the caption that says no days off. They want the gym selfie at 5 a.m. They want to post the coffee, the planner, the motivational quote, the brand meeting, the fake urgency, the big things coming soon announcement. But the question is, what is actually coming? Because big things coming soon has become a national anthem of people who never finish anything. And let's be honest, some of us are not grinding. We're actually escaping. We're using busyness to avoid clarity. We're using movement to avoid sitting with ourselves. We are using work to avoid the deeper question. What am I actually building? And why? That is the difference between grind and chaos. A grind has direction. Chaos has motion. A grind has discipline. Chaos has anxiety. A grind has structure. Chaos has urgency with no strategy. A grind produces fruit. Chaos produces fatigue. And the scary thing is, from the outside, they can kind of look the same. Both people are busy. Both people are moving. Both people are tired. Both are making sacrifices. Both can say they're working hard. But one is building a house and the other one is just carrying bricks in a circle. And tonight, I need you to ask yourself, am I building something or am I carrying the bricks? Let me give you the difference between motion and momentum. Motion is activity. Momentum is directed activity that compounds. Motion says things like, I did a lot today, right? We had those, I did a lot today. But momentum says, what I did today moved me closer to a defined outcome. Motion can be emotional. Let that sink in. Motion can be emotional. Momentum has evidence. Think about that. Motion can make you feel productive. Momentum actually produces progress. A hamster wheel, or should I say it like this? A hamster on a wheel has motion. That hamster is going absolutely nowhere. It's just burning itself out. And that is what is happening to a lot of people. They're running hard, they're sweating, they're tired, they're making noise, they're moving every day, but they are still in the same place emotionally, financially, relationally, spiritually, mentally. And when somebody asks how they are doing, they say, man, I'm grinding. But no, you are not grinding, you're spinning. And there's the difference. The grind becomes dangerous when it gives you the feeling of progress without the reality of progress. That is why people can be so busy for 5 years and still be in the same position, because they never stop long enough to ask, is this working? Is this producing? Is this aligned? Is this building? Is this the best use of my energy? Or am I just addicted to movement because stillness makes me feel like I'm failing? Listen, that is the real question. Because some people are not afraid of failure. They're afraid of stillness. They're afraid that if they stop moving, they will have to face the fact that motion has been hiding the lack of direction. They are afraid that if they sit down and get quiet, they will realize they are not tired from building. They are tired from avoiding strategy. And listen to me, Energy without clarity becomes waste. Ambition without structure becomes anxiety. Discipline without direction becomes punishment. Work without wisdom becomes chaos. And this is why you can admire somebody's work ethic and still question their strategy. This is why you can respect someone's hunger and still say, but what are you actually eating? Because being hungry is not enough. A hungry person can eat anything, but a wise person knows what will nourish their body, their soul, their mind, their spirit. And some of us have been feeding our future with random activity, then wondering why we are still underdeveloped. Whoo, let that sink in. Now, let me break this down. I want to give you 3 signs what you are calling a grind might actually be chaos with a work ethic. Let me give you some signs. Sign number 1, you are always starting over. Every few months, it's a new thing. It's a new business, new brand, new page, new podcast, new course, new idea, new vision, new opportunity, a new this is the one. And I'm not saying you can never like pivot, right? But sometimes pivoting, because sometimes pivoting is wisdom, it's wise to pivot. But some people are not pivoting. They are abandoning things, right? They abandon the thing when it stops feeling exciting. They abandon the plan when it requires consistency. They abandon the process when the applause slows down. They abandon the future when they realize building is not as romantic as dreaming about building, right? And then they call the next thing growth. But sometimes it's not growth, it's avoidance, it's distraction. Sometimes it's the inability to stay with something long enough for it to become fruitful. Let me say this very clearly. Some of your dreams did not fail. You just left them too early. I'm going to say that one again. Some of your dreams didn't fail. You just simply left them too early. Some of your businesses did not fail. You never built the systems to make it sustainable. Some of your ideas weren't actually bad. You just kept treating them like a mood instead of a mission. And you cannot keep planting seeds in different fields and then complain that nothing has grown. At some point, you have to pick a field, work the soil, water the seed, protect the process, and stop letting boredom convince you that nothing is happening, because everything growing does not make noise. Roots grow silent. Foundation work is quiet. Real building often looks boring before it looks successful. But chaos needs stimulation. Chaos needs novelty. Chaos needs an emotional high of starting, right? A real grind has the maturity to actually stay. So let me give you sign number 2 now, right? Your schedule looks impressive. Proud of your calendar, but your life does not reflect it. Calendar looks outstanding, but your life ain't reflecting it. This one is going to hit somebody. I know it is. You wake up early, you got the planner, you got the podcast plan, you got your motivational video, your gym routine, you got your calendar blocks, you got your phone calls, meetings, you got your notes app full of ideas, the whole shebang. But your life does not reflect the level of activity you claim to have. Your money still looks the same. Your health is still destroyed. Your relationships are still strained. Your house is still disorganized. Your emotions are still unstable. Your business is still inconsistent. Your peace is still missing. So the question becomes this: what is all this activity actually producing? Because a schedule can be impressive and still be ineffective. A routine can be disciplined and still be disconnected from purpose. A person can wake up at 5 a.m. and guess what? Still waste your day. Getting up early is not success. Working late is not success. Being tired is not success. Success is when your efforts produce alignment with the life you are called to build. And some people are using routines to feel like they are in control while avoiding deeper work of making better decisions. If your schedule is full, but your life is empty, you don't need more discipline. You need a better design. Yeah. Let me go to sign number 3. You cannot clearly define what you are grinding towards. This is the big one right here. Ask somebody this: what are you working towards? And they'll say, I'm just trying to get to the next level. I'm building. I'm trying to make it. Trying to be successful. I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to do big things. Sounds so good, but it is too vague to build with, right? You cannot build life on a vibe. You cannot build a future on the generalization of language. You cannot measure progress towards a destination you refuse to define. What is the outcome? What are you building? Who is it for? What problem does it solve? What does success look like? What is the timeline? What needs to be done this week? What needs to stop? What needs to be delegated? What needs to be delayed? And what needs to be deleted? You see, because clarity is not sexy, but clarity is powerful. Clarity tells your energy where to go. Clarity tells your yes what it is allowed to agree to. And clarity tells your no what it needs to protect. Clarity gives your grind a destination. And without clarity, you are just moving with passion and hoping it turns into purpose. But hope is not a strategy, and passion is not a plan at all. But listen, I'm going to take a quick 2.2. And when I come back, we are going to continue the conversation. Stop calling it a grind. It might just be chaos with a work ethic. It's your boy, Randy Choo. Be right back after this quick 2.2. Listen, I'm back. It's your boy Randy Choo, aka Mr. Choo On That. You know what this is, man. It's the Choo On That show. And tonight we've been talking about stop calling it a grind. It might just be chaos with a work ethic. Before the break, we talked about the difference between motion and momentum. We talked about people being busy but not productive, right? We talked about how some folks are always starting over, always moving, always tired, always announcing, but never really building. Now, I want to shift this, right? Because the goal tonight is not to shame hard workers. Let me make that clear. This is not anti-work ethic, anti-hustle, telling people they can be lazy kind of vibe. This is not that. No. I believe in work. I believe in discipline. I believe in sacrifice. I believe in getting up when you do not feel like it. I believe in doing the hard thing when no one is clapping. But I also believe that hard work must be married to wisdom. Because if hard work is not married to wisdom, it would cheat on you with burnout. And burnout will leave you bitter, confused, resentful, and wondering why you gave so much to something that gave so little back. So now, let's talk about how to turn chaos into construction. If chaos with a work ethic is the problem, then construction with clarity is the solution. And I'm going to give you 4 things, right, to help out with this. Number 1, define the destination before you increase the effort. Before you work harder, get clearer. Do not add more hours to confusion, right? Do not pour more energy into a vague dream. Do not sacrifice more sleep for a plan you have not actually examined. Before you say, I need to grind harder, you need to ask yourself this. Where am I going? What am I building? What will be the difference in 12 months if this works? How will I measure it? What result am I trying to produce? Because if you cannot define the destination, you do not need more effort yet. You need more clarity. Here is the sentence I want you to write down, right? Here it is. In the next 12 months, I am building blank for blank so that blank, and I will know it is working when blank. And I want you to fill in the blanks, right? And that sentence will expose whether you have a plan or you just got a feeling. Let's go to number 2. Audit your activity. Every week you need to look at what you actually did. Not what you meant to do. Not what you posted. Not what you told people you were doing. What did you actually do? Then ask, did this move me closer to the destination? Did this create value? Did this generate revenue? Did this strengthen a relationship? Did it improve my health? Did I develop a skill? Did I increase my clarity? Did this build the thing that I said it was actually going to build? And if not, it might just be noise. And noise in this day and time is expensive. It costs time. It costs energy. It costs focus. It costs peace. And a lot of people are not failing because they lack opportunity. They are failing because they keep giving premium energy to low value activity. I'm going to say that one again. They are failing because they keep giving premium energy to low value activity. Let that sink in. Let that sizzle. Number 3, Build systems, not just motivation. Motivation is actually emotional. I just wanted to throw that out there. Systems are structural. Motivation is like, bro, man, I feel like doing this today. Systems is like, this gets done whether I feel like it or not. Motivation can get you started, but systems is the very thing that keep you moving when you feel like leaving. That is why some people are always inspired but never consistent. They're waiting on the emotional fuel, but real builders do not wait to feel inspired. They build systems that carry them when their emotions are unstable. And you need a system for your content, for your money, for your health, for your relationships, for your rest. Yes, you need a system for your rest, for you to continue to learn, and for your business. Because anything that is important and does not have a system will eventually become a stressor. Remember that. Number 4, protect thinking time. And this is very, very crucial in our day and age because this feels like you're wasting time, but it's actually the opposite. This might sound strange, but in our society and in our culture, we worship hustle. I need you to hear me. Think about what I'm about to say, right? We worship the hustle. Thinking is work. Planning is work. Reflection is work. Evaluation is work. Rest can be strategic. Silence can be productive. And some of you have not had a breakthrough because your life is too loud for wisdom to speak to you. You are always listening to something, always watching something, always scrolling, responding, reacting, consuming, producing, and moving. But when you do those things, you take away your peace. But when do you think? When you pause and you stop and you think, when do you do that? When do you sit down and ask, is this still working? Do I still want this? Is this still aligned? Am I becoming who I need to become? What is my patterns? What lessons am I learning? What needs to change? You cannot build a wise life with a distracted mind. And sometimes the most productive thing you can do is turn everything off and think. Not overthink, but think. There's a difference. Overthinking is fear circling the same problem. Thinking is wisdom searching for the right structure. Protect your thinking time. Your next level might not require more movement. It might require deeper thought. So here it is. I want to bring you into this. If you're watching this right now, drop this in the comment and be honest. Are you grinding with a plan or are you just grinding? And here's another question. What is one activity you keep doing that makes you feel productive, but it is not actually producing results? That's the one right there. Definitely got a comment because everybody wants to talk about what they are doing, but mature people ask whether what they are doing is working. So put in the comments, what is one thing you need to audit? Is it scrolling? Is it taking meetings that go nowhere? Is it posting without strategy? Is it starting new projects before finishing old ones? Is it saying yes to everybody else while your own vision starves? Is it confusing research with execution? Is it calling planning a business when you have not actually sold or even served under someone's business or apprenticeship under someone or anything of that matter? And let's tell the truth tonight, because truth is not here to embarrass you. Truth is here to free you. And sometimes the truth is you don't need another idea. You need execution. Sometimes the truth is you don't need more exposure. You just need more consistency. And sometimes the truth is you don't need to work harder. You need to stop wasting energy on things that do not deserve access to your future. So let me bring this home. The goal is not to stop grinding. The goal is to stop worshiping the grind. Because work is not God. Busyness is not identity. Exhaustion is not proof of purpose. And sacrifice without wisdom is not noble. It is dangerous. And some of us were taught that if it hurts, it must be working. But that is not always true. Sometimes it hurts because it's misaligned. Sometimes it hurts because you're carrying what you're supposed to organize. It hurts because you're trying to build without a blueprint. It hurts because you're using survival habits in a season that requires strategic thinking. And I want to say something to the builders tonight. You do not have to prove your value by being exhausted. That's dead. You don't have to perform, struggle, and all of that stuff to be respected. That's dead. You don't have to destroy your body to build your future. That's dead. You don't have to abandon your family to chase success. That's dead. You don't have to be available to everybody and everything to be effective. That's dead. You don't need to keep calling chaos a grind just because you're afraid to admit the plan needs work. There's no shame in stopping long enough to get clear, right? There's no shame in saying, I need a better system. There's no shame in saying, I've been moving, but I have not been building. That is not failure. That's awareness. And awareness is where correction begins. So this week, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, define what you're actually building. Number 2, audit what you are actually doing. And number 3, remove one activity that is stealing your energy and not producing progress in your life. Just one activity. Because sometimes the breakthrough does not come from adding more. Sometimes the breakthrough comes from removing what is draining you from building. So remember this. Motion makes you tired. Momentum makes you better. Chaos keeps you busy. Construction gives you evidence. A grind without clarity will burn you out, but a grind with direction can build something that outlives you. So the next time somebody asks you what you are doing, do not just say, I'm grinding. Tell them what you're building. Tell them why it matters. Tell them what the plan is. Tell them what the timeline is. Because your grind has clarity and it will stop the chaos. It becomes the architecture of the very thing that you need in your life. It's your boy, Randy Choo, aka Mr. Choo On That. This is the Choo On That show where we have real talk, real issues, and real thought. And as always, you can like it, you can love it, but you definitely need to chew on that. Until next time, deuces.
Choo on that. We dug in deep, now let it breathe. Take what you need, leave what you do not. Real talk, real issues, no sleep. Truth in the tone, it hit or it did not. If it made you pause, that is a good sign. If it made you think, let it change your mind. Do not just scroll, do not just react. Sit with the weight, then move with the facts. Chew on that. We said what we said, now build on that. You need to digest this, do not rush back. Take it to your life, let it work like that. Real talk, real issues, that is the track. If you felt that truth, you know where we at. Till next time, yeah, chew on that. Follow the movement, subscribe, tap in, we back soon. Chew on that.